Hey guys, Josh Luck with Luck Landscaping. I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about strapping rocks and boulders. When you learn how to use your straps, you can maneuver 2,000-3,000 pound boulders and rocks and precisely set them exactly where you want. So you can see all the remnants of our straps. And listen, I know there's clamps, I know there's other pieces of tools and equipment to help set boulders and rocks, but when you get into large scale natural boulders, big rocks, thousands and thousands of pounds, the best way to set them is with a strap. So when you learn the techniques, when you learn the tips to using straps properly, you can sling big rocks all day long with ease and set them with precision. Right now we got the rock pinned up, we're getting the strap set. It's incredibly important here that this eye of the strap is set in the middle of the rock. You're then gonna wrap around the two corners of the rock. You're gonna bring this eye back through. Both of these come through the strap here. Now you have that rock cinched in the center. So we'll get a cheater strap to help us sling that up. Let's get that boulder up in the air a little bit. Tuck that strap under, tuck that strap under. Make sure that we have even rope here. Now we'll take our cheater strap, we'll go through, pull up. Now we have the rock cinched, ready to strap. Now how we do it is we go under the bucket and we hook up to each tooth like that. Get that boulder up in the air. We watch it as it goes up. We can reposition to get that rock a little level. We can reposition that center eye of the strap, or we can say, you know what? We could probably maneuver that. It's a pretty flat rock. Let's roll with it. We have another 18 tons of stone showing up, and it is very, very important that we keep everything tight as possible. So we're gonna get this truck put right where we need to and dump right on this other pile of stone here. This pile is gonna get moved by the end of today, so we got our work cut out. We are almost done with our boulder wall. We've got one of the last boulders strapped up, ready to go. Fabric down, then we can get our 4 to 6 inches of good clean stone, and then we're gonna set this rock that is probably about 3,000 pounds. And then that is gonna complete this section of our boulder wall. And as you can see behind me, there is a lot of boulders that we've been working, and literally starting at the lowest point and kind of working your way off of that, boulder by boulder by boulder, bringing up a rock, setting it in place, marking out that area, excavating it out, and then prepping it with fabric and clean stone, and then resetting that boulder in position and repeating and repeating and repeating. So it's really the only way when you're scaling different natural boulders to work rock by rock by rock. Some situations, all you can do. We are back on the project this morning, and one of the things that we're doing is feeding everybody here so we can get the laser level set up, we can get grade established on our story pole, and we can project manage. What that means is we can get a good idea of what the rest of the day looks like, get a plan of attack, get the equipment warmed up, so when the guys get here, we are ready to go. All right, guys, we're talking laser level here. We're gonna get grade established, and one thing that you have to do is you have to work off of relevant points. One of the relevant points on this project is an existing deck. So we're gonna come off of the existing deck with our laser, and we're gonna find our 0 here, which is there. So now we have an established grade set on our story pole for where the deck is. Now we want to step down onto our paver patio. One rule of thumb when you're working with a laser level is up is down, down is up. So if we're going to step down 7 inches onto this new paver patio, we need to come up 7 inches on our laser level. So we're going to take this mark here and we're going to come up 7 inches, and that'll put us at the grade of the new paver patio. At that point, we can begin measuring up as well for our stone and our base and our paver. It is Saturday morning and it is a beautiful day. Back in the distance there, my buddy Jacob is bringing over his tilt rotator bucket for us to check out on this job site. He's like, hey, I'm not doing anything. It's Saturday. Why don't you check out this tilt rotator bucket? I said, all right, well, bring it on. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be working in about 40 tons of stone for a base. We're getting our landscape fabric down now. Jacob's getting the tilt rotator bucket and excavator offloaded, and we'll keep you posted. This is our entrance here, which is very narrow, but we're doing a great job getting in and out with tens and tens of thousands of pounds worth of boulders here. We've got our boulder wall mapped out. We've got a good permeable base underneath. We've got it wrapped with landscape fabric, backfilled on the right side. We're getting fabric now on the left-hand side where our walkway and our patio is gonna be. We've got our first landing slab set here. We're gonna start a set of stairs coming up. This is going to be landing area, walkway, new patio. So we're gonna get some fabric down, clean up some of our edges here, and we're gonna get ready to base this thing out. That is pretty cool, guys. I think I am sold on getting a tilt rotator bucket. I mean, we've gotten pretty good with a regular bucket, but that gives you some pretty cool opportunities for some tight spaces, some unique digging. We are fine-tuning our excavation right now before we get our stone in. You can see the progress behind me, our boulder wall. You see the excavator doing some scraping. This is what a construction site looks like during excavation. I'm finishing up my Scooby Snacks. Man, I wanted to talk a minute about landscaping fabric and your base stone when you're building a paver patio. So after you excavate down to that undisturbed soil, like we referenced in videos before, you're gonna wanna put down a layer of landscaping fabric. You might ask why? Well, because if you don't put a layer of fabric down, then your stone eventually is gonna work its way and migrate into the soil, and you're gonna lose some of your base material. So that landscaping fabric acts as separation and barrier between your stone base and the undisturbed soil. That way, when you tamp and compact, you're not losing your stone material in the existing subsoil. You can see our landscaping fabric is down. We're building a road into the patio, grading and compacting with a 10,000 pound machine. Doesn't get any more compact than that. So we're gonna build ourselves a road in so we don't disturb our fabric and ruin our fabric by twisting and turning. Once we get our road in, we're gonna stage some piles. Then we're gonna bring in the excavator with the tilt rotator bucket to smooth out all of those piles to grade. We have our laser set ready to go for the top of stone. We've got some area fabric. We've got some more fabric going down and around. Got Josh and Noah here pinning some fabric. If you're building a paver patio, make sure that you're putting a layer of landscaping fabric first, then your stone on top. I wanted to talk to you now about step construction. Natural stone steps, that's what we're building here. So we start always when you're building in the construction world at your lowest point. So we came down to the lowest step. We're actually gonna create a little flat landing area here, and then we're gonna start building off of that. You can see our first landing area step is in. Now we're overlapping our next step. Got clean grade behind it. Now, got a gap. In nature, rocks need to marry themselves together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up this 2,000 pound boulder here behind me. You can see the strap there. We're gonna lift it up and we're gonna move it a little closer to marry it to that step to make it look more natural, like nature did it, not man did it. If all of your rocks and boulders have big gaps and big cracks in them, it's not gonna look good. The quality and the craftsmanship is just not gonna be there. Efficiency, that is one of the keys to a successful operation, and having the right tools, the right equipment, and then working the tools and equipment as efficiently as possible. So we have about 40 tons of stone coming in, and rather than grading it all by hand and raking it all out, we're gonna allow the machines and the equipment to spread about 90% of all that rock. So the little bit of raking that we have to do is just that top layer. So working effectively and efficiently so we can get all of that stone and material moved and in. We are stoning it out and we are building steps. We are moving material right now, getting the job done. You can see the steps, 1, 2, 3. Got a couple big boulders here kind of married between. We end up with some gaps or cracks here. What we're gonna do is bring some of those other boulders over, just like we did here. So we end up with a really, really nice fit there. So we're gonna set another slab here and another slab here for a 2-piece step, a little wider here. Got some grading going on over there with the tilt rotator bucket. Got got our laser level shooting grade for us so we can get our stone right where we need it. Got our stone pile dwindling down. Started with about 36 tons. There's probably about 10 left. Got Josh in the skid steer. He's gonna grab the other pallet of steps here for us and bring them on back. The sun is out, but it's only gonna stay out for another few hours, so we gotta stay hustling and get this material moved, get the street cleaned up, finish getting these steps built, and hopefully not have to run and go get another load of stone. Tell you what is really cool is being a landscaping business owner and having a family culture, family environment, and having boys of your own that can follow after you in the industry. 12 years old, operating the skid steer, helping build $100,000 landscaping project is surreal. I remember being 12 years old myself, and I was pushing a lawnmower down the neighborhood streets to try to make 10 bucks by mowing somebody's lawn. Now my 12-year-old is operating a $80,000 piece of equipment and helping build some amazing projects. I'll tell you what, landscaping is no industry for the faint of heart. It takes an incredible amount of hard work, commitment, sacrifice, and dedication. It takes your family supporting you every bit of the way. But I'll tell you what has been really amazing is building a landscape for literally my children to grow up into, be working on projects that they themselves have had their hands on and will continue to have their hands on for years and generations to come. Is a beautiful, beautiful thing. To have my 12-year-old son out here with me today, running the skid steer, helping build this project is just too cool. It's just too cool.